Want to thank Cedars Northbridge for having us here today, and I'm thrilled that we're joined by some of the very youngest members of our community too. I think all of you may be aware that Lincoln is the largest city in the world. It's named after Abe Lincoln, and so we have two announcements today. One real quick, both related to the 16th president's birthday in February. We are going to start out with a few details about the city's 19th annual Abraham Lincoln birthday celebration. The city is very proud to once again present a free patriotic concert by the Lincoln Municipal Band, which will be at 2 p.m. on Sunday, February 10th at Lincoln Southwest High School. I'm assuming that will be inside. The 33-member Lincoln Municipal Band is Nebraska's, by the way, only professional wind ensemble and the state's oldest professional music organization. Since 1907, the band has presented a free summer concert series, which continues to be done and is still one of the most popular events on the Parks and Recreation Summer Performance Series. Activities before and after the concert will include historical displays, kids' games and activities and crafts, and free refreshments, including, of course, birthday cake. The local musician, Chris Sayer, who has performed in all 18 of the previous celebrations, will perform in the Commons area before and after the Lincoln Municipal Band concert. The Homestead National Monument, folks from down there, will be up in our city and will be there, and there will be an exhibit also of President Lincoln's Civil War Balloon Corps. How about that, a balloon corps, Civil War days. I know you all have been waiting for that, right? So we hope to see a large crowd there to celebrate the president's 210th birthday. Doesn't this fellow look just like Abe? All right, the second announcement, a really important announcement, is about a new special event to celebrate Lincoln's birthday, Tuesday, February 12th. And on that day, we're asking everybody to also support quality early childhood education in our community. These little ones who are with us today are very fortunate to be attending the excellent preschool program here at Cedars Northbridge, but many preschoolers in our community do not have the opportunity for early childhood education. Consider these statistics. 78% of Lincoln's children under age 6 have both parents in the workforce. 42% of Lincoln families with children under age 6 live in poverty or near poverty. Lincoln parents at all income levels report expenses as the biggest challenge in accessing high quality care for their kids. Those are not good things. So the Community Foundation and others are partnering to do better. Lincoln Littles is an early childhood education initiative aimed at creating more opportunities for all children in our community to have access to high-quality child care. The Lincoln Community Foundation, in partnership with the Lincoln Children and Families, will host the first ever Lincoln Littles Giving Day on February 12th. The event will raise funds for tuition assistance so that more families in our community can access quality early education, early childhood education. We know that providing our kids with quality learning opportunities in their first few years sets the stage for success throughout their lives. It's the first step in preparing them to be our future leaders. The city is proud to support Lincoln Littles Giving Day because it will help build stronger kids, stronger families, and a stronger community here in Lincoln. So at this point, we're going to get into some of the details. So I think the plan is, sadly, to let the little ones go back to where they came from and continue their little developments in their own little ways. All right, bye-bye, gang. See you later, alligators. So with that, I will invite the president of the Lincoln Community Foundation, Barb, to come forward here and tell us more about the program.
Great. Thank you, Mayor.
You bet.
Well, I just want to take a moment while we have the mayor captured for all of us to have the opportunity to thank you for your great leadership the past 12 years and your hard work. So thank you, Mayor, for all you do. Well, I think probably most of us in this room have been waiting for a long time for the day to arrive. There's been a lot of hard work and energy put into thinking about this complicated business, but such important business in our community, and that's early childhood education. If you recall, when the first Lincoln Vital Signs was released in 2014, we as a community were really surprised when we actually saw everything come together in one dashboard. We were so surprised to realize that 48% increase in poverty since 2005, and we'd doubled the number of children in poverty since 2008. Dr. Shank and I from the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center spoke to dozens of organizations in the community, and I know many in this room also did speaking in the community to help inform the community about what we look like today. And every time, before we would leave, we would have the question, what can we do as a community? So it's taken us a while, it's complicated, but we are so thrilled to be able to say today, here's what you can do in the community to help our youngest and our future. And this is what we're calling Lincoln Little's Giving Day, which is, we tied it to Abraham Lincoln's birthday. We are planning an annual Giving Day. If people want to make a gift because we love living in Lincoln, it's a perfect way to give a gift to our future by giving a gift to support our Lincoln Littles. As you could hear, we have hundreds of children waiting because they can't afford to be a part of an early childhood program. And so we will be able to step up on February 12th. You're going to hear from other speakers, not only is it about building capacity, but it's about building quality early childhood education in our community and why that is so important, the brain development. And I will let somebody else talk about that in a moment. But what I want to do is explain to you how this day will work. So April 12th, actually starting today, the website will go live, lincolnlittles.org, and you will be able to see on there the providers in the community that have qualified. Now, this day would not have been possible when it goes live without the wonderful seed funding that we have received from the W.K. Kellogg Foundation and from the Buffett Early Childhood Fund. Eric Buchanan is here with the Buffett Early Childhood Fund. Would you please join me in thanking him? And locally, we have asked several leaders in the community to be champions for children, to help us launch this locally. And I'm so pleased that we have Bob and Jan Fitzsimmons here with us today. Would you step? Harbor of Dreams, and we have Ashley Riniker and Pat Beans. Not able to be with us today, but great champions for children are Jim and Penny Krieger Family Foundation, Helen Rakes in honor of Senator Ron Rakes, Susan and Jim Stewart Charitable Trust, and Mary and Matt Reckmeyer. So please join me in thanking those who are not with us. So let me go back and stress the purpose. When you leave today, I want everybody to be able to go out and tell everyone you know. But the purpose is twofold. Build capacity. As you heard, we have many children in the community that are not part of an early childhood program. Build capacity and build quality in our community. That's the purpose. So, 24 hours of giving on February 12th at lincolnlittles.org. You can go there today. Donations will go to one fund, and there will be a list of qualified providers participating. Now, many of those qualified providers are here, so they're going to be introduced in just a moment by another speaker. The criteria to qualify was threefold. One, they must currently be serving at least one low-income child from a low-income family. They must be at least on step 2 of Step Up to Quality. That's a state rating that our state has for providers. And 3, they must offer year-round full-day programs. So there's 3 ways to qualify. After the giving day, all of those that have qualified will be listed on the website. After the giving day, those that are pre-qualified will then have an application form that they will fill out that will let us know how many additional children from low-income families they can serve. And there will be a committee with the Lincoln Community Foundation and our terrific partners, Nebraska Children and Families Foundation, that will then make those grants for those children. This is all about the scholarships. This tuition assistance is all about building capacity for children. What we know is right now still, and I remember Dr. Joel, when we launched Prosper Lincoln, said to all of us that day, we need more spaces. So the other way we need to build capacity in the community is we need every organization, every business, every church, every neighborhood. Think about, maybe there's an entrepreneur in the community that wants to open a new center. We need more spaces in this community to serve these many children. So again, it's building capacity and building quality. Jeff Bezos of Amazon and an early childhood education enthusiast said, "Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. And lighting that fire early is a giant leg up for any child. You can help light that fire at lincolnlittles.org. I'm going to say it again, lincolnlittles.org. It goes live today. Give to our Lincoln Littles. It'll help a lot. So now it's my great opportunity to introduce you to someone. I can't think of anyone that has more passion for the children in our community than our superintendent. So please welcome Superintendent Steve Joel.
Well, thank you very much, and what an honor to be amongst friends that share very passionately the work that we're trying to do in Lincoln Public Schools. Before I get into what I wanted to say, I want to piggyback on something that Barb said. I often think about our city when I'm out and about around the country, and I thank our blessings, our many community blessings, in terms of our partnerships, in terms of our commitment for those that need us the most. You know, we could look at community learning centers, Teammates program, United Way, It is humbling and so honoring to know that we have so many partners that care about our work as much as we do. But I have to tell you, I don't know that there's another mayor in America that actually comes to the table and wants to help us with solutions and removes those barriers that we often run into when we talk about partnerships and we talk about new initiatives. So I'd like to thank again, and I'm going to do it every opportunity I have, Mayor Chris Beitler. So a couple of years ago, actually probably 4 or 5 years ago, Jim Krieger held a meeting, I think it was at the old chamber offices, where data was put out about the importance of brain development as early as possible. And I don't want to butcher the statistics, but I will say this, that students in poverty that aren't experiencing a high quality early childhood experience are coming to school as 5-year-olds a couple of years behind. And what's very, very difficult for us as a school, even with interventions, even with small class sizes, highly trained professionals, it's very, very difficult for us to catch them up so that by the time they're in 3rd grade, they can perform academically at the age-appropriate level. And what occurs then, as you all know, is over the next few years, that gap, unless something dramatically occurs in a child's life, that gap gets wider and wider and wider. And it becomes more and more costly and time-consuming for us to get that child ultimately to the point where they can graduate. I'm very proud of our on-time graduation rate. It's one of the highest in the country for an urban district. It could be better. But the reality of it is we are, with 750 children right now on our waiting list, we are going into it handicapped. And that is not unlike what's happening around the country, right? So I'm not standing here saying other people are doing it better. Nobody's doing it better than we are. But we, living in the city that we live in, with the community partners that we have, with the commitment that we have to make life better for the students and the families that need us the most, we can get it done. We can do it. And this is a major step forward. Carol Lucas-Richt, if you just raise your hand, she's our Director of Early Childhood, is doing a fantastic job for us, but would often say that the more we can get community help and support, the better we're going to be able to serve. Michelle Phillips is here, who retired from Lincoln Public Schools. She's now at Educare on an interim basis and knows the importance of the work that's happening at Educare. And Eric Buchanan, of course, is here with the Buffett Early Childhood Center. So we know we have the prescription for success. The problem that we face in Lincoln Public Schools is one of capacity. We don't have infrastructure capacity. We don't have space to add programs. And I know Kara and our board and the folks that I work with, we're constantly trying to find ways to get more capacity, and then it becomes a resource and a funding issue for us as well, too. And that's just for 750 that are currently on the waiting list, not to mention all of the families that are not on the waiting list because they're not eligible, but they can't afford an early childhood experience. And I thought the article did a very good job of pulling that out today. And so this opportunity that we have to once again partner and raise some dollars and create some seed money, some springboard money, if you will, to be able to continue the work that Michelle's doing with Prosper Lincoln, to get out to our companies and try to find collaborative spaces where we can partner our expertise with community involvement, providing a great service so that our parents can feel like their students' needs are being attended to, and our kids will begin kindergarten ready. And I think, again, if there's any city in America that can do that, it's going to be Lincoln, Nebraska. And that's due in no small part to not only the folks in this room, but the folks throughout the city who care so deeply for the work. So it's an honor and a pleasure to represent Lincoln Public Schools in this partnership. And I thank the Community Foundation and the Chamber of Commerce and everybody else for this opportunity. We're going to make it work, and we're wide open to suggestions and ideas. And I just think in the next few years, as this takes on, we're going to have a lot of cities from around the country that come out and look and see, how did Lincoln get to 90% when that is a very, very difficult number to attain. So thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Well, good morning. I'm Wendy Birdsall. I'm the president of the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce and the Lincoln Partnership for Economic Development. And I couldn't be more excited to be here, and I couldn't be more proud of this community that all of us in this room have created. And I would be remiss if I did not say a big thank you to our mayor, who is sitting here. What would I? Am I not going to say anything? In our role as the Chamber of Commerce and the chief economic development arm of the community, you need a partnership. You need a team to get things done. And if you don't have that teammate in City Hall, including the City Council, and I know Larian is here as well, where she is, there you are. But if you don't have the mayor behind you, you are not getting anything done. And so if you like what's happened over the last 12 years, you have to give a big hand to this gentleman that's sitting on my right. Those little kids here, those little people that were here, that's our future workforce. Those people it's up to us as the adults and the business people in this community to make certain that they achieve well, they do everything they can, and that they come prepared not just to kindergarten, but for the workforce, our future workforce. So a program such as this goes a long way in helping them get a leg up. And I couldn't be more proud of the way Lincoln comes together and makes things happen. We're unique. We're not like every other community in the United States, and it's because of our people. But giving a leg up to these little people today or on February 12th is so important. And I want to thank the Lincoln Community Foundation. I want to thank the Buffett Early Childhood Fund, the Kellogg Foundation, for creating those initial seed dollars. Chambers of Commerce know how important education is and its impact on our future workforce. It's the difference between having a community and a world-class community. We have a world-class community, so let's continue to grow it to be even better than it is today. Research has proven overwhelmingly, and it strongly shows that the earlier we begin, that birth to 5 years is a very critical time period, and what the benefit is for the child and the greater return on investment that the community has if we begin to invest at an early age. So let's take advantage of that very important day for Lincoln, our namesake's birthday, and give to Lincoln Littles. As the Chamber of the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, I would like to challenge all businesses, all people, but particularly the businesses in our community, to invest in your future workforce. Give to Lincoln Little Days on February 12th. Thanks. And I'd like to now turn it over to Michelle Suarez, who is the Prosper Lincoln developer for early childhood development. You bet.
Thank you, Wendy, and I'd better start by thanking the mayor as well for all that. Don't want to miss that. Well, you've heard today why we are launching Lincoln Littles and why we should care as a community. I hope you've heard about Prosper Lincoln as well. It's a community agenda that focuses on early childhood, employment skills, and innovation and entrepreneurship. In early childhood, we're rallying our community to ensure that every child is nurtured on the path to success. And I want to talk just a bit about why quality is so important. We know from brain science that 90% of a child's brain is developed by age 5. Brain develops through relationships and experiences. Dr. Bruce Perry states during the first 3 years of life, the human brain puts in place the majority of systems and structures that will be responsible for all future emotional, behavioral, social, and physiological functioning for the rest of life. Quite simply, high-quality childcare helps children to develop the range of skills necessary for future life success. On the other hand, lack of access to such care or low-quality environments can lead to deficits in children's development that they are unlikely to overcome. So we have this wonderful new initiative. Specific requirements have been established. Barb talked about those. And now I'd like to introduce our inaugural group of pre-qualified partner providers. So we'd like to have Cedar staff wave. Jim Blue is here with us. Community Action Head Start, we have Jill Baumberger with us today. Educare of Lincoln, Michelle Phillips was here. I think she had to leave a little bit early. And of course, we have Brian Seck, who's on the board, and Eric Buchanan as well. We have Fingerprints Child Development Center. Prudence Stebney is here. Please wave. Kids Incorporated, Sarah Voss, I believe, is here. Kids First, excuse me. I have missed that word. Kids First Incorporated. KinderCare Learning Center at 56th and Pioneer. I don't think Karen is with us today, but we appreciate that partnership. St. Mark's Preschool Kids Zone, Terry Bean is with us. Thank you. The Children's Place, Chris Bruner is here today as well. Thank you. World of Knowledge Child Development Center, Dawn Robinson. I don't believe she's with us, but again, these are all great partners. Would you please help thank them and all their colleagues for all the work they do every day to support quality early care in Lincoln? Let's give them a shout. We have other providers with us as well today, and they will join Lincoln Littles just as soon as all those eligibility requirements are met, because we simply do not have enough space, quality space for every child. Childcare is not a money-making venture, and this fund will help providers have the tuition assistance needed to serve children from families in low-income situations. I'd like to briefly share a story that exemplifies the challenges that working parents may face. On a regular basis in Lincoln, working parents were forced to make the difficult decision of accepting a raise and losing all of their child care subsidy, or staying at their lower wage jobs so they can keep their child in a quality setting. I recently learned about Jessica and her 4-year-old daughter, Harmony. Harmony was enrolled in a high-quality program on a great path to being kindergarten ready. When Jessica was offered a well-deserved promotion at work, she discovered that the raise in wages wasn't going to be enough to make up for the loss of child care subsidy from the state. So with the community's help, Lincoln Littles will make sure that Harmony can stay on her path to success and Jessica can continue her upward mobility. We know that each family and situation is unique, and we know that many families in poverty or near poverty struggle to afford high-quality child care for their children. Through the Lincoln Littles initiative, our goal is to increase both quality and capacity to support working families. Many partners and supporters have come together to make this a reality, and we are deeply grateful for everyone's work and support. We want to especially recognize and thank Nebraska Children and Families Foundation for their incredible expertise and for helping to ensure that we can measure the impact of Lincoln Littles. So Mary Jo Pankow, Betty Meedinger, Amy Bornemeyer, Marty Beard, would you please stand and be recognized? And now it is my pleasure to introduce the video that will help communicate the importance of this critical appeal.
It's not only Abraham Lincoln's birthday on February 12th, it's also the first ever Lincoln Littles Giving Day. The Lincoln Community Foundation is hosting this special day to raise funds so more children in need can have a quality early childhood education. You too can live by Abe's words, "When I do good, I feel good." Go to lincolnlittles.org by February 12th and give to our littles to help the future of this great community a lot. Visit lincolnlittles.org.
So I want to thank all of those that spoke today. I want to give an additional thanks to the Kellogg Foundation and the Buffett Early Childhood Fund, who have done more than this for us over the years and continue to be great partners for our city. And I wanted to thank Lyrian for being here today from the City Council. Lyrian has played a huge role in terms of the community learning centers, efforts akin to and aligned with this particular effort. And I want to thank her for the lead role she played in all of that. Thank you. So with that, I encourage everybody to start celebrating Lincoln's birthday by supporting Giving Day. You'll find more information at lincolnlittles.org. And with that, if you all have questions, we'll open it up for questions. Look at them, overwhelmed. Thank you very much.
I just wonder if you'd give us some of the mechanics of how this is going to work to give, like if there's going to be a special website or checks are brought into the foundation or daycare center.
Good question. Thank you. I'll say happy to talk about that. Again, yes, on right today, lincolnlittles.org is the website. That's where you will go to donate. It opens today. February 12th is the day we will launch the big all 24-hour day of giving. The providers' names that are qualified will be on there. If you don't want to go online, we will accept checks at the Lincoln Community Foundation. on February 12th from 8 to 5. We'll have stations set up there for people. So you can give online or write checks.
For those who are prospective givers, how is the money going to be allocated? What would be the criteria
Right.
as to which children are chosen to
Right.
receive it?
So the providers up here that you just met have already pre-qualified. So after we know the great success of the day, then those same providers will fill out an application and let us know how many children from low-income families they can increase in their program. So they will actually apply and tell us. Maybe it's someone in their home with a home business, they could take one more child. Maybe a center could take 5 more low-income children. We'll know that after the day, and then a committee from the Nebraska Children and Families Foundation and the Lincoln Community Foundation will grant those funds after we see the applications.
Will parents apply then?
No. It'll come through, the providers will tell us. And then afterwards, parents can apply, to these providers. Good questions.
Remind Charlie again, right?